us. We're going to start with a brief opening statement from Coach. After that, we'll take questions. Raise your hand for questions. We'll come around with the mics. Thank you.
Very thankful for this week. It's an opportunity we got to go against Boston College. They got a real good football coach, Bill O'Brien, one of the better coaches in the country. He's coached at every level. He's done a good job, Super Bowls. I mean, his resume speaks for itself. I think his staff, Coach Will Lawings, who he has as the offensive coordinator, Tim Lewis, and then Matt Thurin. They got real good. This offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator, special teams. When we look at Thomas, I think their quarterback is extremely dynamic. So we have our hands full getting to go against a guy like him. He's like a little human joystick. You know, this kid can really play football. Then you got Ward, Robichak, Kyle. I know it's Kyle. I think it's Robichak. They're the correct way to pronounce his last name. And then Turbo. So those three, they got a committee of running the ball, and they all do well. They all got over 200-plus yards rushing the football. So they do a good job of running the ball, something that we need to be able to stop the run. We know that's something they'll do. And then Bond, who I like a lot, number 11, is really good. I think Bond, they got Morales, Harris, Skeet, Franklin, so all those dudes do well. From the defensive side of the ball, a kid that I know pretty well, Donovan, he's been that dude since he was young. You know, he was like that when he was at Williamstown High School. So I know him personally, know his family. Excited that he's having a lot of success in college football, doing a good job. So really happy for him and what he's doing. And they got Price, Cam Arnold, a bunch of other guys on the defensive side of the ball that they can all play. I mean, they do a real good job. I'm happy for this game just because, you know, the Syracuse, Boston College, you know, that whole rival thing is pretty. It's going to be pretty intense. I know some guys that I respect dearly that played there. Mike Saravo was a guy that I know he'll be trying to text me and talking trash. And I know William Green personally, you know, a guy that we're from South Jersey together, him Atlantic City, me from Camden, New Jersey. So it's a lot of guys that are already, you know, excited that we get an opportunity to play their school. So it'll be a good week. It's going to be a fun, good week. Great. We have to have a great week of preparation, but excited to have this opportunity to compete against Boston College and their fine staff.
Questions? We'll start over on the left side with Syracuse.com. You're right across the front.
Fran, we saw Zede was at the game on Saturday and got to be around. Just, I guess, when did you know that he was going to be there? Did you know, or was it as a surprise?
I kind of knew. I mean, I better know. I'm the head of the program, so I knew he's working his way back in. Hopefully everything works itself out and see how it all goes.
So he's back around like full-time now and with you guys?
Yeah, just working his way back in, just getting everything to go, and just hopefully it works itself all out for him to be able to get back on the field within the next few weeks.
What was like your first conversation back with him and kind of some of the words shared?
I don't know. Like some things is like, what would you want me to say? Hey, I called him. I said, how you doing? He said this. You know, we're just happy that he's coming back. You know, I'm excited that he's get the opportunity to be back with us. He's back with the team. I know my face. When I got a chance to see him on the sideline at the game, I was just extremely happy. I was very happy, thankful for him. Just happy that, you know, him and his family was able to push through all the stuff that they had to push through and get back. I was happy that he was able to go be there for his family, because sometimes family needs you. Even though we've became a family, we're his extended family, but his family was in their need of just having them all together, and happy that he was able to do that. And we're very thankful, though, that he's working his way back with the team.
Fran, a couple guys that weren't in uniform on Saturday. I wondered if you could share sort of their health status. Yassine Willis, Dennis Jaquez, and Carlos Del Rio Wilson.
Probably be the same thing again. They'll probably still have the same attire on this week that they had on last week. So, but they're not completely back. Willis is working his way back. He's almost there, but when you know he had a slight high ankle sprain, it's kind of hard to deal with, and he's a running back, so he has to cut. Got to do those things. But he's working his butt off. Dennis is almost done with what he was going through, so I think he got another week or so. And then Carlos has like an injury it's kind of long. It's pretty long lasting. It could have him out for the year possibly. We're not sure, but he's been working his butt off though.
Thank you.
Fran, we saw Jackson Kennedy get in at kicker. That's your third kicker this year. Is it his job now, or are you still kind of evaluating during the week who looks the best and that's who kicks for you?
Hey, can you kick?
Unfortunately, I can't.
Yeah, if you could kick, like it's just how it is in our organization. It's always open. Everything's competition. You see different guys on the defensive line going in, different linebackers, different secondary guys. I mean, it's always competition. So if you're not on your A game and someone else happens to be on their game, we try to make practice like the game, so that helps. And I thought he competed the most the last week and a half. He had the best showing, so when it was time to go into the game, we had confidence because of what he'd done in practice to put him in, and that worked out for us.
We'll go on the right to Dan, then Christian.
Fran, Kyle McCord obviously has led this season in a lot of national categories. He's been first in the country in certain categories, fourth in others. He's had a lot of support. He's also had a lot of criticism. How have you seen him as a leader on this team through the games that you've had kind of navigate through the love and navigate through the criticism?
Even kill. He just stay the same. We don't really worry about that. Just focus on his family and what's in the building, because at the end of the day, that's who's going to be there with you through the ups and the downs. You know, nobody's really around during the downs, and I think he understands that his family will always be there. I think the kid has unbelievable faith, so he's going to always lean on his faith, leans on his family, and then he locks in on our football team. I mean, he is our leader, so we just all there together. We just stay the same, He's the same guy every day, though. Yeah.
What's been kind of his biggest elevation of his game, just what you've seen from him? I mean, you saw something when you were in the transfer portal looking to bring him in, but what he's shown you up to this point, what sticks out in a 6-2 record of his leadership and of kind of his style and the way he goes about being the leader?
Just the way he prepares, his preparation, how he's able to bring others along, how he's able to make people see the way that he prepares and his preparation for the game, and they're able to do that and mimic that and want to do the same thing. He's a leader. It can be by voice, but also it's by example, because he's always doing the right thing. You know, a kid that hasn't missed a class the entire semester, he hasn't been on a late list the entire semester. So all of those things that he's doing that's the right way is what you want to exemplify your program. And I think he puts Dart out on the map. When you see him, it's like, dang, okay, that's what it means to be that.
Coach, what improvements did you see from your team as the game went on to open up more lanes and room for LaQuinn Allen to run, to have the impact that he had in the second half?
I just felt as though we stuck to it. We kept doing it. You know, it wasn't a situation that we just didn't do it. We just did it. You know, and I think when you keep doing something, eventually it works if you believe in it. So I think it was consistency and belief. You know, that's something that we showed him, which is relentless, technically in the R of Dart.
Coach, Virginia Tech game, the offense wasn't quite able to get going, and the defense struggled to kind of contain Virginia Tech. Headed into the Boston College game, you know, what are maybe some of the things that the team's working on, and, you know, points that stick out to you about Boston College that might be points of, you know, discomfort or struggle for you guys this weekend?
We just got to go stop the run. You know, that's the one thing we want to be able to do is stop the run. But I'm saying I'm kind of like, I just really worrying about Boston College. I think that they're a good football team, so we have to put all of our attention on them, and I feel that they can run the ball well. I think that quarterback has a good arm. He could throw the ball deep, you know, and he takes advantage of doing that. I think that people aren't paying attention to how well he can spin the ball and he can run. So, you know, there's a lot that gets done with it, but we just got to be able to focus on that. And then on the defensive side of the ball, they have like an NFL scheme. So, you know, they sending and doing a lot of stuff. You know, it's different guys blitzing. I think they do a good job up front of disguising who's going to blitz and when they're going to blitz and how guys are dropping and things of that nature. So it's going to be a big game. It's going to be a good game. It's a rival, right? You know, we talk about it being a rival, and I'm excited about it. I get a chance, Fran Brown gets a chance to go against the great Bill O'Brien. So, you know, I'm excited for that opportunity.
WAR and then Samantha and back.
Coach, obviously you guys came back from down 18 this week. What would you say you felt like was the turning point of the game this weekend?
I don't know. I just know we won. I just want to move on. You know, like when we lose, I'll be wanting to move on. When we win, I want to move on. I want to do the same thing. I just think the turning point was the fumble at the end of the game that we got. And then they said that we won. So before that, it was just good football. I don't know. I just want to move on because I don't want to be a hypocrite and want to keep talking about the past. You know, we're just going to continue to learn from it. Overtime. You know, once it went into overtime, when they took the knee for the last play, and then we knew we had overtime, that's where it's like, all right, I know y'all can't beat us in overtime. And not saying them, but just differently, you know, and just different stuff that happens throughout games that, like, you know, our band was out there doing their thing, and They was kicking it in the middle of our band. Like, I don't like that. Those kids go to class. They practice every day. They doing all that. So when I seen that and I heard that, I was really pissed about that. Like, don't nobody disrespect our band, and do those things. So I'm happy it went the way it went, But honestly, I'm ready to go play Boston College. And that's no disrespect to their coach or whatever like that, but it's certain things you don't do, and you don't disrespect Syracuse band when they out there doing that stuff. So that's kind of how that went.
Hey, Coach, thanks for taking the time. I just want to know, a comeback win like that, does that make you think that the Dart philosophy that you've been preaching all year long is working in those moments? Or what aspects of Dart do you see in a win like that?
Relentless and tough. I think accountability, because early on things aren't going the right way. So just being accountable, relentless and tough. Just being able to do that. And I think it's all for, at a certain point in time, you got to start to become detailed when things aren't going the right way, like the bus. First touchdown, the deep pass they threw to get down there, one of our guys didn't go to the right half of the field. Everybody think it was the corner, but that's not how it was supposed to be played. So we weren't detailed in the things that we were doing. We weren't holding each other accountable. I started to make sure that I held everyone accountable, and I think that we just held ourselves accountable. We started to live what we do. I think we practice hard, so just kind of went back to practice, go back to the basics, and let's just follow Kyle McCord. Kyle's the leader. LaQuint's a passionate football player. Fadell, Marlowe, and those guys on the defensive side of the ball. Be the leaders that you are. And I think when your leaders are doing things the right way, then it goes. And that's what I'm hoping they do all week. Like today when we go to practice, the leaders got to lead the right way. And when dudes aren't doing the right thing, they need to be held accountable, And they have to practice all the way through the practice, which is being relentless. Finish it all the way through and just show toughness when you don't want to do stuff. Consistently being able to do that, which is, are you committed? Do you care? And can we trust you? It's just actions, So just being able to do that. It's a great question.
Yeah, hey, Coach.
What's up?
Arande had his first catch not till midway through the third quarter and only finished with 2. What's the importance of getting him involved more early this week against Boston?
Man, I just want to win. So if that means he got to catch no balls and we win, then he just don't catch no balls. Like, I guess you say balls. But if he can't, if he don't get the football thrown to him and we still win the game, then I'm cool just as well as he's cool. But he just got to he'll do other stuff. We know how to get him the football, know what's needed to get him the football, and then you just got to catch them all too sometimes, It's different things that goes on, but he's a really different threat, so people kind of double him and do other things. It opens it up for other people because you do have a Rondé on the field.
Coach, you mentioned several times getting the opportunity to go up against Bill O'Brien. What have you sort of learned about yourself and how you can prepare your team in order to, face an experienced coach like that in a rivalry match like this?
I just focus on me, though. I was just saying that because I know him, and he's a good dude or whatever. He's a really good coach and has done that. But, yeah, I'm just focused on me. I'm going to do the same stuff over and over. I ain't changing up because of how I do it, and just make sure I prepare our players the same way and be able to focus. And I don't want to make it about Coach O'Brien. I'm going to make it about Syracuse football and the way we do things.
Coach, career day for LaQuint last weekend. BC sort of struggled in the run game over the last couple of games against ACC opponents. Could we see more of a balanced offense on Saturday, a little bit of run and pass similar to the Virginia Tech game?
You can see whatever you look at Saturday when you watch the game. Whatever's needed for us to win a game is what I just want us to try and do, We have to try and take what the defense gives us. So whatever that may be, then that's what we'll do. And if that means keeping LaQuint involved, then that's what we're going to do. If it means having Kyle McCord run the football, then that's what we're going to do. Whatever it takes to win, that's just what we're trying to do. We want to win by all means. We just want to win. I just want to win. That's it.
Fran, what are the keys, or maybe what are you emphasizing this week to make sure this team gets out to a hot start against BC and doesn't fall into a hole like the past 2 weeks?
Tackle. We just got to tackle. We got to tackle, we got to hit, we got to tackle. We got to be able to tackle. It's the most important thing that we're able to tackle. If we tackle well on special teams, we tackle well on defense, then I think that we'll be fine, getting an opportunity to go against a team that can run the ball extremely well. We have to tackle, and that's the number one thing that needs to happen is for us to tackle and break a few tackles. here and there. So then that way things will go its way. But we just got to tackle. That's the number one thing that I'll say. Tackle and no bust, right? No, don't bust. Eliminate big plays. So won't be able to do that.
Fran, how's King Joseph Edwards progressing in his freshman year, and do you see him playing a role in the pass rush or in any defensive form down the stretch?
He's been playing a role in the pass rusher. He's been doing it. He just got to get to the quarterback now too, right? I think that it's everything, and I talked to King about it. I got to keep maturing King, so I got to keep doing a good job of maturing King. I talked to you about it. Like, once you take in 3 steps forward, you can't go backwards. You got to keep going forward and keep being able to do that on and off the football field. So King's going to constantly be challenged by me right now. King is extremely dynamic, one of the better pass rushers probably in this entire conference. But I just got to keep challenging King to consistently do everything right, You guys like the football part of it. I like the classroom, and he's done okay in the class, but I just like everything. I like to, were you there on time? Did you do this? Did you go to the dinner? Did you go to do that? Did you do this? Like, all of those things count, because when I tell you to go 3 steps up the field and then he say to get back inside and then you go 4, well, you was late to class. You know what I'm saying? So it's different things that we have to get him. And you got to remember, King's a true freshman, right? Young, still just turned 18 years old. So it's a lot that he got to keep learning and keep doing. But I think that him and Coach Nick are doing a good job working together. And King will be well. He's doing good with us. But I know guys wanted to see a lot more since he had the 3-sack game and all those things. But he has to do well in everything in order to be able to get those opportunities to go do that. I mean, that's just how it is. You got to live right to get things. So when there's success with no sacrifice, you need to run or figure out really, really fast how to work really hard so I could get what I just got that I didn't earn. And I tell our players that all the time. Success without sacrifice, that's scary, That's scary. So, like, one thing that I don't want to allow victory to defeat us, because victory can defeat you, and we don't want that to happen.
Take 2 more for Coach. We'll go Maddie, then finish with Chris.
Coach, well over halfway into the season now. I'm just curious, what has been, your, favorite part of learning how to be a head coach this season, whether that's, something that you guys are doing in practice weekly or, in the grand scheme of things? What has kind of been something that stuck out that's, your favorite part of learning how to be a head coach?
Talking to y'all? No, I'm fine. I think building a relationship with all the players. Just constantly talking to every player. You get an opportunity now to truly build a relationship with every player on the team. That's my favorite part. Like, being able to build with them, being able to talk to them all outside of football. And, I work hard at that, and that's important. Building a relationship with them, like, they're amazing. Like, they're great young men. They're going to class and they play football. I mean, they do a lot. Even when they're not trying, if they might not be getting everywhere on time or might not be doing everything the right way, I wouldn't trade it for anything to be able to build the relationships that I'm building with them. Like, you guys asked me about King. Like, I wouldn't trade it in the world to be able to help King become the man that he is, because you could see it. You just want them to see what you see already and for it to go faster, which unfortunately doesn't happen that way all the time. But I think my favorite part is building a relationship with all of the players, and then with the coaching, trying to build a relationship with them. But you know how it is. Coaching is kind of a little bit different, because I kind of like, it's business, and guys don't know how to still be cool outside of the business part of it. But I'm just saying, I'm like this all the time, no matter who it is, unless I'm screaming, what you guys seen. So back and forth. So, but that's my favorite part, though, building with our players. And I got to work on trying to make sure I can do the same thing with coaches off the field. I mess with the players all the time. Everything else is kind of like me and the players. Me and the players, like, the players are everything. The players mean everything to everything. So that's what it is.
Chris, we'll take last question.
Fran, you guys mixed in a lot of offensive linemen over the course of that game. Do you think that helped sort of as the game went late, and is that approach you sort of want to use moving forward?
Yeah, we like to recruit. And when you recruit and you got a lot of good players, you better play them or they're going in the portal. Just the nature of the business. If you got good players sitting on the bench, they're going to say bye. So all the other coaches out there that don't want to play all your good players, don't play them. Let me get them. You know what I'm saying? But that's it's the nature of the business. I think they all do a good job. I think Joe Cruz deserves to play. Enrique Cruz deserves to play. Josh Iola deserves to play. Like, all those guys practice just as hard as the other guys. Why would they not get in the game also? You know, those dudes deserve to play. Like, it's one linebacker that didn't get in the game, and I told him I apologize. Like, James Hurst should have played this past weekend. Like, James Hurst should have been in the game 40 to 50% of the game. And he wasn't in the game, especially when what was going on. He should have been playing, and you apologize for that because those guys are practicing too. Now, he has to take some accountability for certain things, but when you look at it, like, why didn't James Hurd play? Mistake on us. Like, dudes should be in the game. There's different guys that stuff is happening that guys should be in, and when they should, I tell them. When they shouldn't, then they won't, you know. It's like we had a DB that was acting all pissy about stuff, and I called him Thursday night, and I said, yeah, you've been acting really, really weird all week. What's up? And he said, I deserve. I said, you don't deserve. You know what I'm saying? You deserve. What do you mean you deserve? Like, and then you start telling him a couple plays that mistake happened in this game when we played NC State. Mistake happened in this game when we played them. This happened in practice. You didn't do this at the classroom. You were late for that. So how do you deserve? No, that's called entitled. You don't deserve anything. You deserve to not be on the travel squad right now. But unfortunately, it doesn't work like that. So that's why we play everybody, because we want to keep everybody here. And I just think Syracuse is a good place to be, you know, and I don't want those guys to want to leave this education because they may not be getting the time on a football field. Like, sometimes you can make a kid happy with him just playing 7 minutes. So why would I not want him to get this prestigious education that he can get over 7 minutes on a weekend? So it's kind of like I try to bottle it all up and wrap it all together, so that way, how do I save his life and not have him run from adversity? I can help him with it slightly and then show him what he's doing and how he can get more, you know? Y'all good? See you guys. Thank you.